Can we go in there and change what's in our shadow? Can we change what's in our shadow? No. The whole point of shadow is that it became shadow for one reason only. Because we didn't accept ourselves as we were. Again, shadow is simply one thing and one thing only. It's anything that the conscious mind finds unacceptable. So it relegates what is unacceptable to the conscious mind, to the subconscious where it can't be seen or known. But the shadow in and of itself, what's actually in there, isn't bad. The belief that it's something to get rid of is why it's shadow in the first place. The belief that it's bad is why it's shadow in the first place. So, many of you, I'm sure, have dealt with people that are trying to get rid of their ego. I am not my ego. I am not my this. I am not my that. And there's truth to seeing beyond what we identify with. But there's also truth in understanding that there's no need to cut ourselves in parts. There's truth in understanding that there's nothing to get rid of. That you're not just your preferred parts. I'm not just the spiritual part. I'm the love, but I'm not the anger, so to speak. We don't have to identify, right, with anything that's happening, right? Life is happening. Anger is happening. You might not be your anger, but it doesn't matter if you're your anger because it's happening. And any need to evade it and disown it, right, is just as harmful as owning it. This is a really confusing. I have a hard time explaining this. If you have to be it, I am that, or deny it, I am not that. It's a symptom of something that is hidden in shadow, not the shadow itself. The shadow itself is just waiting for you to love and accept fully what you decided was unacceptable. Not to own it and be it, but to allow it to be what it is without disowning it. Anger is happening. The need to say, I am not my anger, is repression. It's a lie. I am not that is resistance. Saying I am that, again, is resistance because it's simply happening. It doesn't need to be owned or denied. It neither needs to happen. Again, I say this all the time. You're breathing. Do you need to call yourself a breather? You don't. There's a reason for that. It's simply happening. The moment you decide that you want to get rid of something, people all the time, and lately I've just kind of been keeping my mouth shut when I hear people that talk about shadow work. Because the average person, and this is normal, and it happened to me too when I was younger, the average person doesn't really understand shadow, because the whole point of it being shadow is that it's hidden from your conscious mind. You can't go in there and consciously get rid of things. Trying to get rid of something is shadow. So no, you can't go in there and get rid of it. What you want to do is start sitting with the symptom of what's in the shadow. The symptom can be seen by the conscious mind. The shadow can't be. The symptom is the behavior. Your behaviors are symptoms of what's going on. If you feel worthless, if you're scared, if you're insecure, any of these things, that's not the shadow itself. It's the symptom of something that's in the shadow, right? Maybe you were told that you were a piece of shit growing up, and that you were dumb, and that you were ugly, and that you were this and you were that. The true self wants to be accepted for what we are. We want to be accepted for what we actually are, right? That's what's in your shadow. Your shadow is waiting for you to accept yourself fully as you are. What's in your shadow is not the worthlessness in and of itself. The worthlessness in and of itself is the behavior and the symptom. There's nothing to get rid of. You're perfect as you are in every possible way. Shadow is a gift.